bells where our journey began, so to speak. Big guy at the bonfire. Hey, Laurentius.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe, as always. If you provide the materials, I can teach you pyromancy.
Thank you. I'm just trying to clear souls.
Goodbye then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow.
Well, guys, here we are. Back where it started and back where it's going to end. Hey, birdie. So, I'm going to take a moment. Perhaps I don't know, throw the intro cutscene or something over this. But, let's talk about what we know before we go to satiate this Lord Vessel. Because the story of Dark Souls is very vague, and you have to put the pieces together on your own. And even then, there's a lot of uncertainty and theories, and, you know, for some people, it's just not the style of story that they enjoy. I have a lot of fun with it. I think it's really great, hence why the Souls games are some of my favorites. But let's talk about what we know. The lords found the souls of fire within the flame. All but the furtive pygmy, who found the dark soul. The lords, the gods, they find their power, their strength in fire. And therefore, of course, an age of fire means that their strength is potentially going to be greater. Kath, the serpent, even frames the situation as when the first flame began to go out, Gwyn feared the dark with a capital D. He feared man. He feared, you know, humankind becoming stronger than the gods. But if we think about, yes, okay, an age of dark might allow humankind to truly reach the heights of you know, like the deities themselves. You know, Kath talks about becoming the Lord of Darkness, essentially. But we played the DLC. We met Manus, who is presumably the furtive pygmy, whose grave was upturned, and even he, who found the dark soul originally, couldn't handle the power. It drove him to become the creature we fought in the abyss, Manus. And we saw the dark things that came out of Ulasil. We saw how close the abyss came to really creeping out far enough that it could not be stopped. Artorias, whose tales have been told for a millennia, turns out even he could not fight back the dark. even he could be corrupt. You know, that is the power of the abyss. So, while things are kind of framed as though, like, if the first flame goes out, oh no, the world shall end, and all darkness. But that's not really true. If the flame goes out, it can still be reignited. And an age of darkness is just another cycle that continues until someone throws another log on the fire, essentially, and decides to reinvigorate the flame. Frampt, the serpent, lays things on real thick. Oh, chosen undead. Oh, what a hero. Oh, that I live to see the day. Thou shalt be the successor to Lord Gwyn. And the way that he words things makes it sound like that you will be the new Gwyn. You'll be the new Lord. You'll be the new God. But remember, this isn't the first time the flame has faded. This is the second time. The first time, the Lord sought ways to extend the Age of Fire, to reignite the flame, to keep it burning, keep it going. And one of the ways that they tried to do this was the Witch of Izalith attempted to copy the first flame, which created the chaos flame, the bed of chaos, this evil tree, this thing from which all demons sprang. And she and her daughters were engulfed and twisted by this chaos flame. So that didn't work. And in the end, it was decided that one had to link, to kindle the fire with one's self. That was the way they determined that they were going to try. And not only were they going to try that, but Gwyn himself, he himself linked the fire. And so by choosing to become the successor to Lord Gwyn, you are choosing to link the fire. You are choosing to turn yourself into fuel for flame. We don't really know why the curse exists, but it may have been a side effect of the Lord's extending the life of the first flame. It may, it's considered, it's referred to as a curse. It's the brand of the dark sign, and it's undesirable because when you are branded, you run the risk of becoming hollow. And as I've said before, I'm going to, save a lot of my chit-chat about what the curse is for when we play Dark Souls 2. But I think it's worth pointing out that regardless of whether a hollowing occurs on a high note or a low note in an undead's life, as demonstrated by various NPC questlines, they all demonstrate an inability to distinguish you as their friend. And there are certainly some diseases of the mind in our world that eat away at one's sense of self, one's own memories. So, just a little seed I'm planting there for the future to talk about. You can choose to view what Gwyn did in more than one light. There's more than one light to view what he did. You could view it in the light that Kath perhaps would urge you to, which is this idea that he did it to extend the reign of the deities, that they should be in charge, that they should be the powerful ones, to keep humankind weak. You know, but, I mean, he lays on the same sort of hero thing, except instead of succeeding Gwyn and making it sound like you're going to become a great lord, instead he's like, you'll become the Lord of Dark, and humankind will become so powerful. But, I mean, yeah, look at Ulasil. Look at the Dark Wraiths. They exist to steal humanity from others. The other way you could view what Gwyn did, you could say maybe Fram would frame it this way, but not necessarily. I just think, I kind of wonder about this just in general. Was Gwyn afraid of allowing mankind to become more powerful, or was it just that he saw the abyss? He stared into the abyss. He saw it. He saw what it was capable of, and he saw how it could harm humankind. And so he made the call that Age of Fire was the way to go. We gotta keep the flame going, or else, I mean, what's gonna happen to the world if the abyss gets out of control? There's been all of these little breadcrumbs, some leading us towards linking the fire, you know, like Gwendolyn keeping up with the illusion that Guinevere is there, giving the Lord Vessel, trying to create a hero, essentially, to urge one on, to keep an undead going, to make them the chosen. And then there's these other little breadcrumbs that are left. The power that you see, the fearsome power of the Dark Wraiths, and the power of life drain, and the idea that ushering in an age of dark would allow humankind to reach their quote-unquote true potential. There's a lot of things to think about here. But the main thing to keep in mind is this is the second time this has happened. And the first time, Gwyn himself was fuel for the fire. And he left behind a trail to hopefully encourage it. You know, like, if this happens again, if it fades again, which if it faded once, it will probably fade again. We need more logs for the fire, regardless of whether you view what he did as something to help or harm humankind. We are going to need more logs for the fire. And here we are. We set out from here. We went up to the undead burg. We went down to the depths of Blighttown. We met some friends along the way. We lost some friends. And now all that's left is to open that real big door. Bye, Patches. You're a jerk. See you in the next game. I'm kind of good with our outfit here. We've got Oscar's shield. Got our trusty claymore. We got Beatrice's robe. I threw on... yeah, no. We'll keep on the Wanderer boots. Thought about trying to throw something else on or a different headpiece, but... I think we're good. Offer souls to the Lord vessel. This is my second favorite spot in the game. Spectres of Gwyn's faithful knights. You didn't think Gwyn headed to the First Flame alone, did you? The Silver Knights are those who stayed behind to defend Anor Londo, even as the gods deserted it. Others fought in the Demon War, becoming charred Black Knights, and still others joined Gwyn here at the kiln of the First Flame. I did it. This place is so interesting. It's like you look at the way things are melted here. We're walking through ash. Looking around. This whole thing used to be engulfed. The First Flame was massive. And now we can't even see it. It seems we have a few more. Ready to test us. Huh. Black Knight shield. I don't know if we picked that up. We have the silver one, but I don't remember us getting the Black Knight one. We'll read it to be safe. Shield of the Black Knights that wander Lordran. A flowing canal is chiseled deeply into its face. Long ago, the Black Knights faced the Chaos Demons and were charred black, but their shields became highly resistant to fire. Gwyn and his loyal knights. Nito, first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters. See the scalers who betrayed his own, and the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. They're gonna throw all the different weapon sets at us. Whoa, can't get behind you there, can I? Ultra Greatsword. Red Titanite. Oh, this place is so neat. Is there a path here? Doesn't seem like it. That's like a fire tornado hanging out here. Master? Guess we have to climb on from here, huh? Yep. Carefully. Very carefully. Oh. Seems as though this wasn't even the way, but there is an item over here. I wonder what it is. The Black Knight set! Okay, come on, we gotta read it. We gotta stop and read it. And everyone's like, gosh, darn it, just get to the end. Nope, we gotta read it. We gotta do it for the lore. Do it for the lore. Where are you, Black Knight set? The knights followed Lord Gwyn when he departed to link the fire, but they were burned to ashes in the newly kindled flame, wandering the world as disembodied spirits ever after. Seriously, Gabrielle? Here? I guess it is a pretty epic spot. Imminent Dark Wraith. Huh. Yep. What up? Okay. She's got the Moonlight Greatsword. Woo! Nice! There you go. Bye, Gabrielle. Thank you. You know what? No. We won't indict them. We won't. We were basically right at the end, too. But you guys got to see what the Moonlight Greatsword does? Bye, Laurentius. You're still a jerk, Patches! Woo! That was a weird slip I made. Yeah, come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just two-hand it, and we'll just woo, and we'll whiff, is what we'll do, but got him on the backswing. Hey, we got the Black Knight sword. Let's read about it really fast. Black Knight sword. Great sword of the Black Knights who wandered Lordran used to face chaos demons. The large motion that puts the weight of the body into the attack reflects the size of their adversaries. Long ago, we've read that kind of description before. Cover my lost power. Look at this place. It's so cool. Alright. You've got the great axe. I staggered him! I did it! Right in the most dangerous place. Yeah, so they drop all the different chunks. And oof, getting through my... Oh, what do I mean getting through? Ha ha! Broke your guard! Sorry, it was fun. We got his halberd! I don't know if it's gonna have anything different to say, but Black Knight halberd. Nope, just, yeah. That's a door. Now, oh, crud. Oh, I thought it was like right here. I thought it was like right here. Hang on. Ah, there it is. Through the magic of editing, no time lost for you. Hey, look. It's the lair. He made it. He's okay. He's gonna be okay, guys. He won't hollow. He's gonna be alright. But I think this is one fight we should probably do by ourselves. As I immediately almost go off the side. Whoop! Biddy! Yo! Yeah! All is you need's a pip. Alright. One more. Oh, you had to do that. Careless of me, though. And we'll just top off, make it an even. An even? No, a rounded 15. Oh, okay. Well. Good luck. And yes, us being human had everything to do with finding his sign, just so I could point out that Slayer's gonna be okay. be okay. As we traverse this white light, I want you to think about all of the epic intros, sequences, Nito climbing out of his massive sarcophagus, the bed of chaos, and the way that it starts reaching out with those fiery tendrils, seethe, coming down to protect the crystal that he knows will be his undoing if you break it. There is no scene, but Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, is here. And he may be hollow, but he is still powerful. So yeah, Solaire can be very helpful in distracting Gwyn. Whoa! You know, don't you think it would make Solaire really happy to help us? I goofed against one of the Black Knights and lost all those souls. It's fine, it doesn't matter. It was like half of a level. But okay, I had second thoughts because I was thinking like, no, we should continue on our own path. You know, I wasn't trying to be a glory hog or anything. Gosh, so cool. Just, you know, feeling, no, we should do this. This is a fight we should do ourselves, don't you think? But then I then started having second thoughts about that thought. And I was like, wait, no, I remember why I've called him in before. I don't call him in every time, but I've definitely called Solaire in before, because, oh my gosh, got like a bunch of those now, because there's kind of this sense of like giving him purpose. You know, he's like, wait, what do I do now? What do I do with myself? And, you know, by calling him in, it's kind of like reaching a hand out and saying, this is what you should do. The jolly cooperation that you facilitated for us throughout this experience.
Was it all a lie? Have I done this all for nothing? Oh, my dear son. What now? What should I do? My son. My dear, dear son.
But we're not going to call him in until we've taken care of all these guys, and also in case we get invaded. That you guys got great iframes on that getup. Thanks for all the Titanite. All right, we've got to take out the axe guy and the halberd guy or lance guy. Halberd, not lance. All right. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna be smart and not engage you right there. That is so cool. You're really cool. I like you a lot. I'm sorry for doing this. What? What was that? What did I just do? Did he do something? What did... I saw myself kick and I saw fire and I was like, what? I was very confused. Alright, come here. Come here. That was a really cute little whiff you just did there. Yep. Oh, he did a spin. He's like, I'll teach you to say my whiffs are cute. Got another halberd. Okay, drink. And we're gonna go grab our buddy. I mean, even if we don't defeat Gwyn with Solera, we should at least call him in at least once. That should have been my attitude. Come on in, Solera. Let's go. You and me. Jolly cooperation. Can't do this alone. I mean, technically you can. You can be a total glory hog, but... Come on, Solera. Wait. I gotta... Hey, hugs. That's the closest thing we're gonna get. He backs up. He's like, alright, come on now. Come on now, Siegfrau. Don't make this weird. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, Solera. I need you to run some interference so that I can talk about Gwyn, okay? Just a little bit. I thought I could stay alive a little bit longer last time, and I really failed at it, so... Here we go. Yes. Get his attention. Use his own power against him. Ooh, you can see some of the cool stuff Gwyn can do, though. Iframes like crazy. Solera! We did it, Solera. Thank you, Solera. Solera, you didn't even give me a chance to talk about the beautiful yet melancholy piano theme. Sorry, I had to take a moment there. It's very late and we're tired, and I wanted to collect my thoughts so I don't miss anything that I wanted to say before we step forward and choose our ending, essentially. First off, as I said before, Gwyn does not get some grand introduction. Gwyn appears to be hollow, lending some credence to the theory that the curse is a side effect of his choice to reignite the first flame using himself as kindling. But despite that, he is strong enough to practically one-shot you, depending on what level you are when you walk through that door. It's time for us to make a choice. There is no good or bad ending here. There is no right or wrong choice. There is no choice that is particularly canon or non-canon. You can choose to turn your back on the first flame. You can choose the dark with a capital D. Maybe because you just simply want to try something new. You want to just let the fire flame, let the cycle end here, you think. Deny the cycle of fire. Perhaps we can build something new from the dark. But something we will discover as we continue our journey through these games is that you cannot disconnect fire and dark. When one fades, the other grows. They are two sides of the cycle. The fire cycle is not on its own. Dark is the other half of it. Even if all turns to dark, eventually someone's going to come along to link that fire, even if you don't do it. Then there's no third option here. It's interesting how you are trained by the game to run forward and hit that bonfire that appears whenever you defeat a boss. It's very easy to do the same thing here, but when you approach this bonfire, a completely different prompt comes up. Link the fire. Now, we can do that. Or we can walk right back out that door. The dark ending is interesting. If you've never seen it and you're curious about it, I recommend taking a look. It features the serpents. There was a time when, probably early on with my relationship with this game, that I did choose the dark ending at times. I would say probably for the intrigue of it. I think at the time I saw the fire ending as an unquestioning heroic choice, and the dark ending being more of a, I'm going to see what we humans can do, kind of deal. But over time, my view of that has changed. I've definitely come around to the fire ending, being, there's perhaps less intrigue about it because we kind of know what it is that we are doing, whereas with the dark ending, you don't really know what lies ahead. You don't really know what to expect. Your only hint is your experience with Ulasil, which was really not great. I've come to view the fire ending as more of a... it's like a reliable choice. You know what you know about the Abyss, and you are functioning on limited data. You only have what you know from going on your journey as the chosen undead. And, it can be easy to feel kind of bummed out, to feel manipulated by the gods, that you were herded along this path to become this incredibly powerful being that would be, really strong new kindling for the first flame. But I do think it's unfair to presume the gods are enemy in this story. Gwyn chose to sacrifice himself, so to speak. He knew that if he went to link the flame, that it would keep burning for quite some time. And that would hopefully give the other lords, other gods, time to figure out either how do we solve this overarching problem of a fading flame, or find a third option. If we go with the theory that Gwyn reigniting the first flame, if we go with the theory that by Gwyn reigniting the first flame, he caused the curse. Some people actually use the phrase that he cursed humans. It's humankind that calls it a curse. Because it's not understood and it can be scary, and you can lose your loved ones through hollowing. So that's why it tends to be referred to in that way. But I mean, the curse, the brand of the dark sign, allows someone to be revived upon death over and over and over again. It allows any undead to be chosen. To be the chosen. To be the one who manages to go on a journey that would destroy others. And by doing so, you have made yourself a great and powerful being that is going to be some serious kindling for that fire if you choose to link the flame. And so it's interesting. I've flipped over time. I feel like the dark choice is almost more irresponsible in a way. Like, I'm not saying that there are no, there's no argument for it at all. I am just simply saying that, you're taking that power that you have gained and have decided to say, you know what, I'm going to take this and I'm going to be the new lord. And in the fire ending, you say, I am not going to become a lord. That is not why I came here. I came here to buy us time. Much like Lord Gwyn bought time by throwing himself on the fire, essentially. There are arguments for and against both endings, but like I said, I've come back around to the fire ending as not being such an unquestioning, heroic kind of thing. It's more, you take what you know and you roll with it. And based on what we know, I think the fire choice is the more reliable choice. And maybe someone down the line, maybe someone will solve it eventually. Maybe a new option will be created. And because Dark Souls is a game about cycles, if you choose fire, eventually, one day, the fire will fade again. It's possible that the next chosen undead might turn their back on the flame and choose dark. If you choose dark, eventually someone else is going to come along to link that fire. The flow of time is convoluted in Lordran. And I'm interested to hear what other people may think about these endings. I mean, I'm sure there are arguments for or against either of them that I have not even considered. Let's read about Gwyn's soul, shall we? One last bit of lore. Soul of Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. Soul of the Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight and Cinder, who linked the first flame. Lord Gwyn bequeathed most of his power to the gods and burned as cinder for the first flame. But even so, Lord Gwyn's soul is a powerful thing indeed. And when we finally encounter Gwyn, you hear that piano theme and you realize how sad it is. How much Gwyn gave, literally, of himself. And still, another option has not emerged. So, do you choose to do the same thing? Or do you choose a different path? And I think that's where the arguments for the dark ending really stem from. But right now, we've got to make a choice. Let's go, Siegfrau. The Age of Fire has been extended. The chosen undead chose fire. Now, in this game, after the credits roll, you are immediately launched into New Game Plus. You are immediately dropped back into your cell at the Undead Asylum with Oscar looking down at you through the hole in the roof, passing you the key that will lead you to freedom. You will have any souls on you that you did not spend. You'll also have basically all of your items except for your key items, though you do keep the bottomless box, obviously, because you need to be able to get anything out of it that you stored in your last game, right? I'm going to leave you to enjoy this beautiful ending credit song, to applaud those who worked on this game, and reflect on the characters that we met on our journey. Thank you so much for joining me for part 1 of the saga of Siegfrau. Take care of yourselves. I will see you again in the next, and I encourage you to stay tuned to the end of the credits. I might have a little surprise for you.
Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. Seek strength. The rest will follow.